All right. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day out there today. Hope you guys are all doing very, very well. I did get my new computer in. Everything is now set up. It took a little bit of time because I wasn't entirely sure how to fix everything, but now it is absolutely fine. I think my microphone might be set to like too sensitive, but I'll see how this goes over the next few minutes here because everything is set up from scratch now. So I think what I'm going to do is turn this down a little bit here and then see how it works out. If this is not loud enough, let me know at this point in time. I may turn it up a teeny bit. Maybe here, here, here. Maybe that'll work out a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm still getting used to all the little knickknacks and things like that. But for the most part, we are good to go. So, hey, Carrick, Tony, happy to see all of you guys here. I'm back downstairs. It is nice. It is lovely. I got water. I got a cigar to celebrate being here with you guys after like a little hiatus of setting everything up. I now have 3 monitors again. I now have my nice little studio light. Everything feels kind of good. I even have the camera here that's pointing directly back behind me. So things are looking good. And you guys can even see Loki a little bit easier here if I can find out where Loki is. But where is Loki? That's the thing. Loki, do you want a treat? There he is. See? Yum, yum, yum. Yeah. And he's chewing on it right now. So, again, happy to see all of you guys in here. Basically, I'm going to try to do this from Sunday through Thursday. We're going to be doing streams at 4 o'clock today. I'm a little bit late at 5 o'clock because I was dealing with some other stuff. And then if I do a second stream throughout the day, I think what I'm going to try to do is just have it be gaming plus something else. Literally, I just bought a new, if I can find it here, an Xbox controller. So I don't have to use my mouse and keyboard. So basically I could be sitting like this, looking at one of my monitors, playing with you guys and having a good time here. The title of those new streams will probably be something like, I'll be playing Cyberpunk for the first few weeks, I'm assuming. So Cyberpunk, politics, and crypto. Something fun like that. It's not meant to necessarily get like a bunch of views and make me into a gaming streamer, but it's more of a way for me to not like have to regurgitate the same things over and over throughout the day. Because if I do one stream at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then one stream at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they're basically going to say the exact same thing, just have maybe slightly different viewers. So what I'm going to be doing here is just one stream a day, focused on technical analysis, the news going on, the types of streams like we're doing right now. And then if I decide to do another one later on the night, it'll be gaming, and then we're just talking about stuff and like sharing our opinions and things like that while I'm playing Cyberpunk, while I'm having a good time. And for those ones, I'm going to be streaming, I think, in 2K or 4K. And I'll be streaming I'll be streaming maxed out graphics on Cyberpunk, which will be absolutely fantastic. So hope you guys obviously enjoy that. So hey Max, hey Lisa, happy to see both of you guys here. Boom Boom, Michael PTL, happy to see you as well. Oh, and Crypto Cruise, just found out what Michael Saylor meant, just sold all the house and went all in on Bitcoin. Everybody's getting very, very excited about Bitcoin right now. I put out a video a couple days ago, I believe, and it was talking about how, I think it was actually just me sitting outside in my backyard. It was me talking about how I believe the market's getting a little bit choppy, and so far we have been getting more sideways and more choppy here with a little bit of bearish divergence, but I'll kind of break into that right now. I just want to let you guys know, new computers here, so far no issues happening. My goal for us is to just basically one stream a day. I'll do 3 short form content videos a day. I'll do maybe 2 long form videos a day. These will be very short type of things. They won't be technical analysis based stuff. It'll be news based stuff. So if you guys do want to look at the technical analysis, you guys will have to watch the streams. And I believe maybe twice a week if I'm lucky, because I'm going to get started with the grind here pretty fast, I'm going to be doing tutorials. So the first tutorial might be something smart money concepts. The other one might be something with an oscillator, something like that. So just different strategies that you guys can use in order to add to your arsenal. So it may just be, hey, did you guys notice on this pattern, every time we see Bitcoin with a bearish divergence on the weekly chart, so-and-so happens. And that's happening right now. Stuff like that, okay? So just get ready for it. It'll be happening. It just took so long to get this computer, so freaking long. But it looks absolutely beautiful. I cannot see it right now because I got all these monitors here. It's like a full surrounding of monitors. It's fantastic. You can see one of them if I push the camera up here or the monitor up a little bit more. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. This is going to be the start of like a new little push that I'm doing here. Hope you guys are having fun along the ride. If you guys don't want to watch the gaming content, that's perfectly fine. We're going to be talking good and bad stuff about Trump, good and bad stuff about Democrats, good and bad stuff about crypto, the stock market, tariffs, all that good stuff here, just with less of a filter, you know, more of a chill time, if you will, right? So, hopping in here. And hey, GT, Mike, the mustache is going to take some time getting used to with no beard. I just got it shaved yesterday. It will grow back. I am not going to make it a normal thing. As you guys can see here, it is just, yeah, this is not something I normally like to do. It's already growing back here bit by bit. I can already feel the scratchy hairs here. After the Bitcoin conference, I will go bald temporarily, and I'll just grow it back out. It takes about a month or two to grow everything back out. But I like to refresh my skin every now and again. My skin was getting kind of dry because no matter how much I was scrubbing it with towels and stuff like that, it just wasn't looking good. So I basically went to Sephora, dropped like $500, got all this nice skincare stuff, and you can see a natural gleam amongst my skin here. So, you know what? I don't know any major brands for makeup, but I could use makeup at this point, I would say. I just have no idea how makeup works. All right, anyway, here's Bitcoin on the daily chart. And there's a few things I want you guys to notice. We did have a golden cross between the 20 and the 50. We had talked about how normally this doesn't matter all too much, and you can still see at this point there really has been much of a change for Bitcoin's price action. We talked about back over here, we had a golden cross, not much happened. We had a death cross here, really not much happened. In fact, we bounced up before going back down just a little bit and bouncing back up again. It's not the biggest thing. However, if you want to start talking about things that work out pretty well for us, when the 50-day moving average crosses back above the 200, which is the yellow line, we usually have some pretty good things happening. That's not going to happen for a while. I wish I had better news on that front, but at least we're not looking at bad news right now, right? What I wanted to really focus on, and hold on a second, guys, I didn't bring my mouse pad downstairs yet because, again, I'm just moving so many things around. So I was using an old magazine that I had in my closet. Will this work? No, it's barely registering it. Okay, we're going to go just the countertop here. I was literally using Wine Spectacular Soft Cheese. I am not a fan of soft cheese, I tell you that now. But yeah, that's what I was using, and apparently wasn't working too well. This will have to do. All right, so let me scoot some things over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There are some numbers. And I wanted to focus over here on the weekly chart very fast. Weekly chart still looking good. Breakout still looking good. Stochastic and RSI are now bullish. That is very good news. The MACD is not bullish just yet. I am still a little bit more cautious about everything going on because of that. And that's why every video that I have been giving you guys over the past few days has been like, hey, I know things are looking great, but if you guys did a short-term trade, just make sure you're scaling out and moving your stop loss up, one of the two, just to make sure you guys are able to lock in some profits, because that's ultimately what we're really looking to do, right? So, couple things, I guess, just from the plain basic technical analysis that most of you guys will understand, and that I want you guys to really see here. We're back above the old level of support, right? And then also the 20-week moving average is also a level of support. So we do have a strong base here in case we try to start dipping back down, things look a little bit crazy and things like that. However, even though we have a strong level of support right now, if we do break down below that support, you know it's going to be like a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 bad week for Bitcoin. So just be aware that we are still in a kind of a danger zone. Things are still going to be volatile. At this point in time, Bitcoin is showing bullishness that could happen towards the end of next month, this month, the end of this month and going into next month. But as what can happen a lot, we could have some crazy news coming out of the White House, some economic news coming out, some CPI data coming out, and that could really just change the narrative around cryptocurrency assets in general. So just be prepared for that type of stuff, okay? However, we are very close to having everything set to all green, green, green. And the last time that did happen, of course, was right back here. We had a major explosion, and that explosion led to a lot of people making a lot of money, especially those holding altcoins, right? Had another one way back here. Nice little explosion. Things looking pretty good. One back over here that didn't work out well, and that's because it happened right up against a breakout opportunity, basically a Fibonacci level of resistance. We're almost heading for that right now. So just be careful if we do decide to have a really good week this week and we have like a big boom or something like that. If that's the case, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go sky high like that. I'm expecting Bitcoin to give a lot of those gains back, consolidate, and then make a move later on in the month. So if we do make a big spike here for whatever reason, I'm going to sell into that spike because I know, or I assume, that things aren't going to be as crazy. And then if we do take that little bit of a dip there, I will obviously decide to buy back into it because that bullish trend is still going to be there. If you guys don't want to, you guys don't have to scale it there, but you guys should scale at least something here as far as I'm concerned. One of the reasons that I'm kind of excited about this week is if we go over here to the weekly charts, get rid of all the stochastics and RSIs here and just focus on the MACD. You know, you do see a lot of stuff coming back a little bit here. You have Ethereum bouncing off support, Solana bouncing off support. Again, not back to being as bullish as we want it to be, right, as far as the MACD, but getting close. Dogecoin getting a little bit closer, not as great as we want to see it. Trump token, of course, having a big pop. We talked about Trump token right before I had to pop too. I'm wondering if you guys actually decided to buy it. I did not. I mean, it rocked up from $8 all the way up to like 16. That's 100% profit right there. Melania token came from like 37 cents up to 58. That's a pretty good move there. WIF is actually showing some nice little movements here. Bonk, Miro. Yeah, we are seeing some bullish divergence here and some things like that working out. What is it, baby Dogecoin? Why is the color so funky? Interesting. Let's see. Book of Meme, okay. Sheep looking a little bit better here. Yeah, Sheep could be an interesting one. Pepe broke down a while ago. Change of character still messed up, but overall it's still heading in the right direction here. Man, it's really gonna need to pump here for a lot of these tokens though. Some of the tokens that we've been talking about, that one that I bought, Turbo, I still hold some of it, but like I told you guys before, I'm scaling out of most of my stuff. So I'm pretty much out of Turbo at this moment. I think I have 10 to 15% left in here. You can see how we've almost broken down basically that trend. Or matter of fact, we might have actually already done so. These breakdowns aren't the most important thing usually if we're going to the bullish trend, but why won't it let me? There you go. Yeah, came close to breaking down, I'll say. But you can see how generally this thing is starting to roll over a little bit. The MACD on the 4-hour chart starting to roll over. And you're just seeing a little bit of divergence happening. And actually not too much divergence happening on the daily chart. All right, there we go. I hit the order block though, which is kind of nice to see. But that thing kind of ran up really, really fast. All right, so beyond Bitcoin going through the choppiness here today, you can see on the 4-hour chart, we're just cruising up slowly. We are getting bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. So again, I'm hoping we can have a big blast off, but it might not happen until sometime tomorrow morning. If I go back over here to the 5, I like to do this every now and again with you guys, just for whatever reason, just to show you guys what's going on. Market sessions. You can see the volatility really started to kick off during 2 time frames. I forgot I took off the English time here, but Tokyo and New York, we are just starting Tokyo time here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we start getting a little bit more volatility. New York time, you know, last few days, these are the weekend here, so don't pay attention to that. You know, we've had a good rally with the rest of the market. It seems like there's been some news out there that hasn't been as good for the economy. So, again, Bitcoin's kind of taking a little bit of a hit from that. Some of the news that I heard today, I couldn't really find the story on CNBC, but maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. Let me go down here one more time and just take a peek. In fact, let's go over here. Oh, let's see. No, it's not there. Okay, well, we'll come back to it in a second. Basically, futures right now are pretty much 0.01 down, 0.04 down, 0.07 down. Not really much going on. The story that I wanted to talk about was basically Huawei was coming out with a new AI chip, and that made NVIDIA slide a little bit today. A little bit, you know, but basically, if you think about it, we're just having a wick for a new weekly chart, which I think is fine. Another news here, Amazon launches their first Courier. I can't pronounce that word, I'm so sorry. Internet satellites and bid to take on Elon Musk's Starlink. I think Amazon might be the only real competitor for Elon Musk and Starlink in this space. I thought Boeing might take a shot at it, but as we know, Boeing really does not attract the brightest minds when it comes to all of their space stuff, because they've just had a lot of issues that I think were they're very embarrassing. Let's just call it embarrassing. I think that's probably the best way to say it. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Amazon USA, Atlas ULA, all the little parts being put into it. But I am happy to see more satellites going up into orbit. I don't know what Jeff Bezos is going to do with all those, just like Elon Musk. That's a lot of power to have right there. So I'm kind of open to seeing what they want to do with that power. All right, next up, this is pure politics right here, and tariff type stuff. Timo adds an import charge of about 145% after Trump tariffs, more than doubling the price of many items. If you guys don't know, Timo is a place where you can buy a bunch of Chinese goods for very, 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 very cheap. And now they are no longer cheap because of the tariffs. So I'm not even going to show you guys everything here, like read all the article and stuff like that. You guys understand what's happening. China is putting these charges on. That way, people in America are like, damn, all this stuff I used to get for really cheap, Trump is making it more expensive, yada, yada, yada. I won't vote for Trump. I'll say in the polls when they ask me how I think about what Trump is doing, I'll say he's doing a bad job. All that type of stuff, right? And it does work. It does work when they do this. Let's get it here. Let me take a sip of water. Oh, man. How much do I have to zoom in? Jeez. Well, you guys can barely see it here. Items total is $30.91 right here. Shipping is free. Sales tax is free. But import charges is $44.89. So before import charges, it's $31. After import charges, it goes up to $75.80. Right? So it's going to get wild here. And I don't think Trump understands how many people use Temu. So I do think this is going to be something that really drives some people crazy. I don't necessarily know if it's his constituents. I don't shop at Temu. Maybe you guys know who shops at Temu. I've seen a lot of like TikTok millennials and like Gen Z maybe shop at Temu. I've never done it because I think I bought something a long time ago off of like Wish or something like that. And I remember the quality was so bad that I just swore off of buying if anything from places like that. I just can't see the value of it because it just doesn't have a good quality to it. But I mean, I think that was like 4 or 5 years ago, so maybe things have changed, obviously. But 145% import tariff, that is just going to be insane. Because, as Tyler, you're saying right there, people just aren't going to buy, and I wouldn't buy either. So, at that price, again, let me zoom in here one more time. At that price, they're just buying 2 shirts. One shirt that looks really hideous for $12.44, and another one that's for $18, right? I mean, if you really want to, you can go to the Macy's clearance section. You can find something at a similar price. You just have to go to Macy's. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. And this is more of just an article. I kind of wanted to ask you guys what you thought about this. Donald Trump Jr. co-founds new private membership club executive branch with a $500,000 fee. I'm just going to read the key points here and maybe a few other things here, but it says, a new private membership club in Washington, D.C., co-founded by Donald Trump Jr., is charging a $500,000 membership fee, and there's already a waiting list. The club, called Executive Branch, held a launch party on Saturday night that included at least half dozen members of President Donald Trump's administration, as well as wealthy CEOs, tech founders, and policy experts. Executive Branch will open sometime in the next month or so at a location in the Georgetown neighborhood of Washington, D.C. So that's going to be a big one. I wonder if I could watch this or if there's going to be like an ad there poking at me. There we go. Okay, let's see this. I'll do that. I don't know what the heck it's trying to get me to watch, but just ignore the kissing and the subtleness. It's it's like the blue pill type of stuff. Ooh, I'm gonna trip it out. Yeah, do. There we go. 10 seconds. This is why YouTube is so much better, to be honest, because we don't have to watch ads like this. We can just hit like skip ad, and it's nice, easy. All right, there we go. So the audio should be good. Sound will be on. And let's kind of listen to this very fast just so you guys can hear what actually happened here.
Welcome back. There's a new exclusive club that has popped up in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump Jr. and other Republican mega donors are at the helm. And Robert Frank has more on who is looking to join and just how much it'll cost you. Robert.
Good morning, David. Good to see you. Well, the ultra-wealthy who want access to the White House have a new club. It's called Executive Branch, And the new private members club will cost $500,000 just to join. And at that price, there is already a waiting list. The club is owned, as you mentioned, by Donald Trump Jr., the president's son, along with his business partners at 1789 Capital. That's Omid Malik and Chris Buzzkirk. The other owners include Alex and Zach Witkoff. Those are the sons of Steve Witkoff, the Middle East envoy and longtime friend of the president's. Some of the founding members include crypto investors David Sachs and the Winklevoss brothers. I'm told that the club will be located in Georgetown.
Okay, so again, that's just stuff I think is going to be interesting to learn more about. It seems like there's a little bit of crypto influence in there, so maybe, we'll have some crypto billionaires hop in there, millionaires hop in there, and maybe they can influence some of the stuff going on in Washington. I don't think they're going to share anything that happens, and part of the reason is at the bottom here, prospective members of the club have to be heavily vetted and approved by its founders, according to people close to executive branch. Although some prospective members have offered to pay $1 million to join, membership requires a referral and a close screening. We don't want members of the media or just a lot of lobbyists joining, said one person close to the club. We want to be able to feel comfortable having our conversations in privacy. That means all they have to do is worry about the workforce there that may be recording stuff and trying to sell it to the news, right? But yeah, so okay, there is stuff happening behind the scenes, and just another reason why I'm holding Bitcoin for the long run. But this was just, what, $500,000 fee? I mean, like, who wants to pay that type of money right there, right? A grown-ass man can't wear cheap Chinese clothes. That's for the hot chicks. And hey, Digital K, happy to see you. And hey, Haram, going well. Got the new computer here. And in fact, what I wanted to do very fast is light up a cigar. I brought all my stuff downstairs to chill with you guys. Opened up my window so everything's going to be nice and clean. And I think what I'll do is I'll stick with this Aganorsa right here. No, this is a La Antigüedad Robusto. These are nice little sticks here. I'm going to smoke with you guys a little bit, and then I think what I'm going to try to do later on is, not today, but tomorrow, or tonight, I'm going to set up all my stuff for streaming video games with you guys, and then tomorrow I'm going to test it out with you guys and see how it performs. So we'll spend like tomorrow night just gaming and talking and chilling out, because I want to stream with you guys Sunday through Thursdays. Friday, I'm going to take off as far as streaming at night so I can go out and have a good time. And then Saturday, I might stream. I might just post a video on Saturday that I've already made ahead of time, Oops, need to get that off there. There we go. Nice little rocket ship. This has the same power of thrust as some of those boring rockets. There we go. There we go. All right. Ooh, this is a little bit stronger than I remember. There we go. All right, put that back up here. His Bitcoin of the 5-minute chart, but I wanted to see if anything's actually popping off today. It's been a little bit of a wait. Well, it's only been half an hour, but even still. No. Not making moves just yet. I'm going to move the mic a little bit closer to my head here. CoinMarketCap. Oh, geez, see? My computer is so different now for some reason that I have to zoom in and everything just looks a little bit different. Just a little bit different. So what do I want to do? I want to... That's good enough, I would say. Except, there we go. All right. Imagine Roaring Kitty putting up $500K to join a club. That'd be hilarious. If he can get approved. Somebody might say, hey, come in here, because they could use him as a way to pump up different assets. You just never know. I stopped smoking cigarettes 33 days ago, so I can just take a nice nicotine pouch after smoking cigarettes 20 years. Yeah, there you go, man. There's a lady that I know. She's an older lady. She owns a cigar lounge that I visit. And she stopped smoking cigarettes, and what she replaced it with slowly is not a nicotine patch. It's nicotine toothpicks. So it's like dumped in like nicotine mint or something like that, or nicotine clover and stuff like that. She gave me one to try out, and I tried it out, and it was a crazy buzz because I don't have really much nicotine in my body, obviously, but it was a trip. I was very surprised. There's a lot of different stuff happening, and I think that's all from Philip Morris. If you guys don't know, Philip Morris makes all like half the tobacco in the freaking country. But anything related to like nicotine or the buzz, they have a piece in the pie, which is why everybody tends to buy them when the market's kind of rough because people typically go towards cigarettes, cigars, and things like that. But yeah, that sounds like a really good time right there. Or I guess probably not. I'd say the pouch is better. Pouch is better, yeah. All right, so basically the last 7 days, Bitcoin's up around 9%, Ethereum is up 14, XRP's up 11, BNB is only up around 2%. That's not too great. Solana up 9, Dogecoin up 13. We're in a pretty good move, but I'm seeing mood. Let's flip it around though. Deep Brook Protocol, that's up 143% in the last 7 days. Things looking pretty good. I know we got this one started because we might have bought some here. Pudgy Penguins is up. Virtuals Protocol. Brett is up. Official Trump is up. Bonk. There was a lot of good moves here. Even WorldCoin that I bought up some because it does usually have a nice little pop. Usually. Has a big crash afterwards though. Anything else? Fartcoin is only up 20%, but I still think it's been doing fairly well. What I should add here actually instead of market cap is year to date. How does that work? Yeah, year to date. There we go. Oh, geez. XCN is still popping off quite a bit as well here. And the market cap is only 600 million. That's what surprises me about some of these tokens. The market cap is still relatively low. You know, we are nowhere as high as the altcoin seasons of old where things were just booming and booming and booming, but the market caps were like sky high. We're not seeing that as much. Form is up around 430. Deep is up 120 year to date. Gate tokens up a little bit. Monero's up. Even Bitcoin's up year to date. Unfortunately, we do have official Trump's up. Oh yeah, that's a little bit different. Yeah, that was posted this year. Pi is down 63% year to date. Wow, I never sold any of my Pi. I never did anything with my Pi. That thing is like crashing and burning, a horrible death, but it still has a high market cap of $4.2 billion. Let's see. Virtuals Protocol, despite being up 166% in the last 7 days, still happens to be down 61% year to date. That kind of summarizes how this market is doing so far. We're very happy how things have been pumping up. We're making some money at this point in time. But, you know, year to date, it has still not been the market that we were expecting. Let's see. 50%. Yeah. So there's still some things going on here that need to have some work done. Even Near Protocol hasn't really been up that much, honestly, the last 7 days. Down pretty bad year to date. So I still think there's a lot of upside for us in this market, guys. It's just that, man, you got to keep this into perspective just a little bit. And hey, Viller, happy to see my man. And hey, piece meal of Fartcoin. Fartcoin may be the meme coin to watch this year. I'm not entirely sure about it, but it's something that I've added onto my watch list here. Maybe I'll have to buy some. I'm not sure. Let me go over here to memes. Let's see. Got Dogecoin, Sheep, Pepe, and you know you got some. I'm gonna get rid of the price here just for a second. There you go. Just look at the market caps on top of it. You know it doesn't take too long to get under $1 billion market cap with the meme coins right now. Excuse me. Fartcoin's over $1 billion. Bonk is. Floki's not. Pudgy Penguins isn't. I mean, if you're looking for cheap, affordable tokens, there's still so many of them, right? I mean, last week, market cap for Turbo was like $150 million. I think, let me think about it. Weeks. That's why I made my trades this week. Yeah, it's up over 1,000% right now with the 10x leverage. So that's like 100% profit, which you guys see right there with 10x leverage, right? So things looking pretty good with that one. The AI 16Z one seems to be doing okay. Cheems. Dog, yeah. Mog went down so much. Melania, Giga Chad. Yeah, I mean, there's only a handful of meme tokens right now that I think people are gonna really like. Hold on one second, guys. Loki, move. There you go. Have to readjust into this chair. I'm not used to being able to roll around so much. I was on carpet the last few weeks. And I don't want to roll over Loki's little tail. You can see his head right here. Dooba dooba doo. Yeah, when his little tail wagging because he likes to get pets on the butt. Fun fact, I saw this TikTok the other day, and it says if you when dogs play, they do this fake sneeze where they're letting the other dog know they just want to play and they're not being serious, they're just trying to be friendly. So if you do that to your dog, type of thing, I'm not doing it because I don't want Loki to see it. They get really excited, and Loki actually gets really excited from that, which was really surprising to me. But yeah, so sorry, going off on a little tangent there, but I thought it was an interesting little thing that if you guys have pets, try it out. You may actually enjoy the result. But I mean, look at this. There's not really many guys, right? Toilet dust. They need to have toilet bowl dust. Oh man. And hey, you got a long day. You moving tomorrow? I'm loading my bags with micro caps. With micro caps like alts, like I'm gonna grocery store right before the Armageddon. Well, I would say the good thing, like I was talking about, is especially for memes, there's only so many handfuls. So if you put like $50 into each one of these, $20 into each one, $10 into each one of these, you're going to be fine. Obviously some people are going to be adding much more to that. But like when I'm looking at some of this stuff, I'm like, okay, there are some things that are tried and true that are doing pretty well. I'd have to add on some other things here, but year to date, Toshi's low market cap, that's doing fine year to date. Wood, dog in me. Things, AI companions, Nero, Ethereum. There are a few that are doing actually well year to date, and they have really low market caps. So I'm assuming some of these places, like near Ethereum, let's just kind of go over here. Let's go over to markets, and you guys can see it's on Bybit, Mexi, L-Bank. Now, none of these exchanges I don't think are actually allowed in America, but I think we're going to find one. Yeah, this is Spot. Let me see. I'm in Washington State, which makes it a little bit more difficult as well. Okay, maybe you can't buy this in most places, at least where I live. But you could swap for it if you wanted to. You could swap for it. For me, why won't it? See, now it freaked out. Now it won't let me back up. I hate when it does that. That's fine, though. I know exactly how we got here. AI companions, a market cap of... Why does it do that? Let's go do slow then. Here we go. AI companions, $140 million market cap. Maybe this will be a little bit different. No, not really many. I mean, Blowfin. Let's see, yeah. No, some of these tokens might be a little bit more difficult to find than I thought. I mean, they're there to be bought, but I don't like to swap. See, yeah, if you can swap, you're fine. If you don't like to swap like me, you're kind of like, Broccoli. Mubarak. I don't know some of these. Fart Boy. I don't know. Pippin. Some of it doesn't really have all the numbers and analytics that I kind of need to see there. But long story short, there's a lot of fun stuff to buy. And that's just the meme coins, right? That's just the meme coins. Top gainers last 24 hours is Troll, Evan, and Token. Last 30 days, Axel, AI, XCB, Buttcoin. What's Buttcoin? No, I want to see Buttcoin. Oh, gosh, okay. Let's see. Miro. I talked about Miro. Miro's up 112%, and I'm still down on it. That should tell you everything you need to know. Yeah, what the fuck is a Buttcoin? Buttcoin. Butthole coin. No, it's just BUTT coin. Okay, BUTT coin. The next Bitcoin is Buttcoin. Jesus. Down 14% today. Obviously, looks like it had a roller coaster override. Back over here, April 12th, it ran up all the way to around 0.02. Oh, that was a pretty big run up, actually. Let's see. Market cap is only $8 million, so it's not going to be very easy to find. It's on Weeks. I have a Weeks link down below. But I might have to do a little bit of a YOLO in that one since I can actually find it. Let me see if they actually have it. Hold on, Weeks. Not futures, but I need to go to spot. I need to type in BUTT. But there's butthole and then there's butt. I guess the one I need is butt coin. Oh geez. Buy butt coin. I'm not gonna buy a lot, guys. I gotta be responsible here. Total, I'll make it $10 worth of butt coin. And then we're gonna choose that price. Order successful. It just got filled. Okay, I bought $10 worth of butt coin. It's a yellow. It's $8 million market cap. We'll see how it goes, but I'm surprised I was able to buy it. Trump coin chart looks a lot like Turbo. Yeah, I mean, Trump token is very interesting. I'm not really somebody that likes to hold it for the long term, but because Bitcoin is trying to turn around to, if you guys wanted to get engaged with it, I think you could. Again, we had a big trade up here earlier in the year. I did another trade back over here, and since then I didn't really trade it, and that's primarily because my computer was breaking down slowly. I didn't want to really do as many trades. There was better trades out there because during this time it's like one big day, and if you miss it, I mean, you freaking miss it. And it's not like there was as much help for you guys as you thought when it came to like the oscillators and stuff like that. Like, all right, let's zoom in here to some of these little pops that it had. Like that, right? It was all bullish divergence all the way through here, and eventually it popped. But man, do you guys really want to hold throughout, hoping that it goes higher, especially after you held with for all this? It did not hold. You know, it wasn't leaving me any clear signals that I really enjoyed. It was more news based, if you ask me, and all that volatility really scared the crap out of me. As far as like something I want to trade with a lot of leverage, I wasn't going to trade a lot of leverage with that token right there. And I did not mean to do that last little thing. There we go. Why don't we actually click on that and lock that in place? There we go. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's getting choppy and we're trying to see a larger move. I really need to bring I really need to bring my mouse pad down from upstairs. This thing is insane. My mouse pad happens to be like this. It's like a massive mouse pad, so I didn't bring it down because I'd already put my monitors down. I was like, I'm gonna have to lift my monitors up and do all that type of stuff. I got kind of lazy there for a second. But yeah, still looking okay there. New PC, yes, got the new PC, all new monitors. PC looks absolutely beautiful. The GPU is actually a lot larger than I thought it was going to be, so it's really nice. Got the TV. I mean, let me see if I can show you guys. Hold on. Got 3 monitors. You guys might be able to see behind. Oh, no, it doesn't go that far. You can see the camera looking at me. The nice camera. No, it doesn't show. The computer's right down there. But yeah, it's a very nice new computer. I'm in love with it. I ran a cyberpunk benchmark, and it said I could max out the graphics, and I was like, ooh, which is why I went along and bought myself the Xbox controller. It feels like a knockoff Xbox controller. Just doesn't feel like it has the weight, but it doesn't look like it has the battery holder like it normally does. So I could just be not used to the modern controllers because I haven't played a video game like on a console like in a year or so. But yeah, so very, very nice. I love it a lot. This thing's built like a tank so far. I haven't had any issues. Yeah, just a good time. Just a good time. A really good time so far. If you had to guess, are women or men naming these goofy coins? I'd have to say it has to be men. I know some people in the meme coin space. I know some, not a lot. But they all happen to be like nerdy dudes, you know, that are good at coding and making stuff, and they do the pump and dumps and things like that. I've met a couple of them before just to kind of learn, like, what is a meme coin? How do you guys make it go viral? What should I be looking at so I can tell my subscribers what to look for? And they were like, yeah, man, it's a crazy world over here, because the way meme coins get pumped is like such a fishy way that if we get into a meme coin, and I'm talking about the very, very early stages, and it goes viral and it goes big, most likely I would have had to have like some type of insider knowledge in order to do that, right? And as you guys have seen them before in the past, I did not. We did the Tron token challenge or whatever I called it. I don't think I even called it anything special. I bought 5 random Tron tokens when they had low market caps, and all 5 of them lost me money. Literally, it was $50, $10 for each coin. All of them went to zero. Not one survived the carnage, which is sad. But you know what I mean. It's like it's $50. You know, that's a couple cigars. I mean, that's less than one cigar, depending on how I buy my cigars. Heaven's sakes, I need to not be spending as much money on cigars. So I'm cutting back a little bit on buying them because I already have so many. But God, it's just good to be back. I don't know. If this computer had black monitors all of a sudden, I'd be fucking pissed off. But so far, we're still good. And thanks, Harma. I appreciate it. And thanks, Villard, as well. Yeah. Just good. It's just good news. The only thing is, it feels like this computer is like everything feels a little bit different. It looks like the ratios and everything are different than my other computer. Feels like everything is just a little bit more zoomed out. I don't know really how to explain that. But besides that, I think we're in a good spot. I mean, it's not a bad thing, you know. Milady token's moving a little bit on the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. I just want to go through these and see if we can find anything special happening here. ENJ, GTC, FA token. I made a killing off FA last year, and I was really hoping it'd keep on going, but it did not. And it wasn't even a leverage trade. It was a spot trade. That's the crazy part. It's rare that something moves up so much after you buy it where it makes you a lot of money. Like this is the daily chart here. Yeah. Imagine going spot and you see it go up like over 400 and something percent just off spot. In reality for me, I think it was up like maybe 300% before I sold it. So I didn't get the maximum, of course, but still a beauty. All right, let me just go over here to gold. How's gold doing? Gold's still moving up day by day. A little bit of consolidation going on, though. Dow Jones still consolidating after bouncing off support. I should probably go over here to the weekly charts, though. Yeah, there's that bounce. NASDAQ bouncing. Okay, still. Feels like everything's going to get squeezed in a few months, which is going to be crazy. SPY is still squeezing. See, this is the thing that concerns me, though. Like, so Bitcoin likes to have these... Sorry, I had to double click for some reason. I don't know why. Bitcoin likes to have these big moves where we have a big breakout to stop a death cross from forming from the 20 and the 50-week moving average. Have it here, have it there. Go back in the time, we had it there. We didn't have to worry about it here. We don't have the long Bitcoin chart here. But typically we have that big move, right? Before we have a death cross. The rest of the stock market isn't really having that. And so you see the death cross happening right here for the stock market. That's usually a really bad sign for the stock market. COVID was kind of a weird thing. This one wasn't as bad, I suppose. Actually, this one kind of bounced right back up. This kind of feels more like what we're at, doesn't it? This one had some volatility as well. This one had a little bit. Actually, no. It's not as bad as I thought. Maybe I'm focusing too much on the 50 and the 200 here. Yeah, but even then, that doesn't happen all too often. Yeah. Okay, I mean, we should be okay. I'm just a little bit more concerned, I would say, right now about the death crosses on the Dow Jones about to happen, SPY about to happen, NASDAQ about to happen, and it already happened on the Russell 2000. But the Russell 2000, I mean, it happens a lot. The Russell 2000 is something that thrives primarily when they're in a low interest rate environment, and we're obviously not in that right now. Bitcoin dominance continues to creep higher. It must be consolidating the last few days like everything else. Yeah, step by step by step. We're getting close to that target price, though. So I guess might as well start accumulating at this point in time for some of those larger moves that will happen in the next few months. Because especially as we want Bitcoin to break out above this current level of resistance, start heading back up here to $98,000. And if the stock market and the Bitcoin, the crypto markets kind of diverge here, I would actually be very happy about that because I don't like the crypto market following the stock market as much as it has been, you know what I mean? Maybe the 1 hour chart would be a nice little thing to watch here for a little bit. There you go. And hey, Charmander, happy to see you. See, talking too much, not smoking enough. I would pull out the matches, but the lighter just works so much faster. Magical. All right, there we go. Actually, I kind of want to see. I want to see this in the short term here because I expect some type of boom here to happen soon. Otherwise, we have to consolidate for the next few days, which would be a pain in the ass. Well, now you can fine tune your setup. Yeah, exactly, right? Keyword insider. I know, right? I can be an insider if I want to. My microphone is off. I think my microphone is too sensitive. I can kind of hear the echo in this room here. Let me see if I turn this down just a little bit. I'm gonna turn down my mic setup just a tad to 60. You guys let me know if that is too quiet for you guys. If not, I'll turn it back up. I've had to reset everything and I have no idea where my settings were before. No idea. You can actually add more monitors with a dual monitor arm. Oh yeah, I've thought about that. This desk just doesn't do that too well. What I kind of want to do is have like a wall, like a arm sticking out of my wall and like drill it in there, and have this desk that can just go up and up higher, like so I can do a standing video and stuff like that. I wanted to do a standing stream tonight because usually I get more energy out of it, but you guys know how I sprained my ankle a while ago. It's still actually pretty fucked up. I kind of realized that it's slowly healing. It's just very slowly healing. And the fact that I went to Vegas a few weeks ago and walked a lot, it kind of re-aggravated a lot of portions of it. So I got to be very careful about how I walk on it right now and how often I'm walking on it. I got these special Brook shoes I told you guys about last week. They're freaking walking on clouds. But like if I were to walk on bare feet, my foot just like kills me because I think it's like a mix of plantar fasciitis and ligament damage. So can stand up and talk with you guys today, basically. All right, there we go. All right, so what I want to do very fast, I just want to go over to Cointelegraph and see if there's anything going on. One of the things I'm keeping track of today, after I go to Cointelegraph, is Canada's having an election right now. I don't think it's the big thing here. Let's see. Is it even trending anymore? Oh, Canada, there we go. Canada. Oh, Canada. This is the Babylon Bee. Trump announces plan to annex Canada and rename it Gay, North Dakota. Oh, shit, damn. Babylon Bee ain't playing around. Let's see. Where... Charlie Kirk says developing polls might have been very wrong in Canada. Watch this closely. Betting markets seem to be inverting like a coin toss. Next Prime Minister of Canada after the election, Pierre Poilievre and Mark Carney. It's inverting right now. Interesting. This is yesterday, not today. Oh, this is polls. Okay, yeah, polls could be very deceptive, I guess you would say. Robert Bork III. I've seen enough. Canada has like this nice prime minister. The heck? Rich buddy guy. I don't. Alamo. I don't know. Why? Oh, what a coincidence. I think she meant to say. I don't see any actual data coming in. Maybe the BBC? Let me make sure I type in BBC News so Google knows what I'm talking about here. Let's see. First results projected. Here we go. Conservatives projected to flip Newfoundland and Labrador seats. Interesting. No, there's really not a lot right now. We're not going to watch live, but I guess we'll learn more as the night goes on. It must just be too early. That's going to be a big thing. Not so much for crypto. Canada doesn't really have a lot of capital to be moving into crypto, but you know they might try to help it out a little bit, but I don't know. Has there ever been a time when Bitcoin broke its all-time high just after 2 months period of significant selling? Has this occurred in the past? No, Not usually within 2 months, but this time has been so weird because we're kind of attached to the stock market right now, in which case it has happened quite a few times. And then on top of that, we have, how would you describe it? Crazy amounts of volatile news crazy amounts of news that increase volatility in the market. So typically when you see Bitcoin, I would say let's go over to this chart here, the one that doesn't really have much going on for it. I think it shows you a longer term thing, right? After this time here, it took a couple more years. I mean, of course you could say this one, broke out, things like that, but we're not in that type of cycle, I don't think. But we did it from over here to over here, but it took a little bit of time. Broke out all-time highs over here. It took a few months before we made that next move. Broke out here, then broke out the next month, but that was kind of a trend until we kind of had the no more rate cuts discussion that, of course, led to the tariffs, which, everything started to come back down. When you look at the monthly chart right here and you kind of zoom in on what's been happening, I don't think we're breaking out to all-time highs this month. I think we're going to break out to all-time highs sometime this summer, right? And that kind of makes more sense tracking along with what happens historically. Takes a little bit of time. It's not going to be something like takes like years and years and years and things like that. But I do think it'll take a little bit of time here unless there's something significant that changes. For me, again, I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago. It'd be more something like that, right? Then we have like a trend line. Then we have a breakout. The breakout wouldn't happen all the way over here. It'd happen somewhere over here and like something like that. Sorry, that was way too weird of a line to draw. Better I just show you like this. And we have a dip, then a rip. And that rip, again, it wouldn't even happen in July. It'd probably happen in June or something like that. The rip would be happening because of Jerome Powell finally having to cut rates. The economy, as far as I can see, is slowing down. I think that's what everybody's been kind of articulating over the past few months. But it seems like people are a little bit more fearful right now because of what's been happening with the Chinese tariff. So I didn't spell economy right. Oh, no, it said US, not USA. Okay, fine. I don't want propaganda type news. I just want. I don't think this is going to give us accurate representation. Yeah. How is GDP from manufacturing? That's going up at least. For mining, that's fine. Public administration. Still pretty flat. We're not in COVID territory. Let's see. Asian stocks subdued, yes. Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index. The Dallas Fed General Business Activity Index for Texas manufacturing plunged 19.5 points to negative 35.8 in April 2025, reaching its lowest level since May 2020 and signaling a further worsening of sector conditions. The product index ticked down to 0.9 points to from 0.9 points to 5.1, while the new orders index plummeted 19.9 points. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a warning sign right there. Of course, it's only Texas, but still. Mexico trade surplus? Oh, shit, yeah. Basically, that happened because everybody was so terrified of tariffs. They bought everything up they needed for the next few months so they didn't have to worry about tariffs. Yeah. So it appears like it's more. So, like, we won't obviously be buying as much from Mexico for the next few months. Hong Kong exports highest in 3 years. Damn, all the debt on this thing is insane. Yeah. The world's kind of... Oh. Spain jobless rate rises more than expected in Q1. That's not bad. 13.38% unemployment rate back in 2023. Holy shit. God. Ooh, yeah, let's not even talk about Spain. That just sounds depressing. GDP, America is number one. Then there's India. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, we're kind of just waiting for Jerome Powell. You know, I know technical is all good. Things are moving in the right direction. There's a reason I say dollar cost average. There's a reason I say most people, when they're starting off with crypto, they just want to get in with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And that partially goes to the point that people can't handle watching their altcoins go down 40, 50, 60%. And then they typically panic, right? Heck, sorry, making sure I'm not crushing my dog when I scoot back over here. A lot of people, you know, they don't want to deal with watching their crypto go down that much or their assets value go down that much, and I understand. But you know, when they do start to pop off and go crazy high, then I think that's a good sign for a lot of us. It's just that I don't know. Let me choose something at random here. Bonk. Okay, this is an interesting one. You know, there's like a few months of bottoming out. No, it's be like what, a couple months of bottoming out. Then you have a big pop. This one goes down for a few weeks and it pops back up after, you know, these roller coaster rides. People don't want to buy into them. Everybody wants to buy their altcoins right here and watch it go sky high. When in reality, most of us buy ours like right over here, watch it go down for a few months, and then it starts to pop back up. Maybe some of us sell some right back there to take a little bit of profit, which is going to be very teeny in that situation. And then later on, it goes up even higher, right? Meanwhile, we're still dollar cost averaging. That's kind of normally what happens, but a lot of people just want to buy right here and watch it go higher, right here at the bottom, watch it go higher. It doesn't work that way. Whereas Bitcoin, you know, you could be buying up this whole time, but you're not really too terrified about the moves as much, you know. And we have a large breakout, and you're fine, but that takes months and months, and you know, months. That's last week's months, you know, for those larger moves, really large moves when that happens, though. There you go. I'm almost out of water. Time to bring in the second cup. There we go. Oh yeah, water is such an amazing thing. There we go. All right. Let me see. No, we're pretty subdued today. I mean, I see Mana's making a little bit of a move right now. Are we just going back up a little bit more? Yeah, Mana's making a push at the moment. Really choppy here. Does Mana not have as much liquidity as it used to? See how it's like the bids and asks are pretty fucked up here. Huh. I'm a banker, things are not slowing down. See, that's interesting. I wonder how the money is flowing right now. Then that means the money's still flowing, which is okay. I guess as long as the money's flowing, we should be, generally speaking, okay. That's what my sister says. She tells me I wouldn't believe how much retired people have in savings. She's a banker too. Oh, retired people? Yeah, retired people got good stuff. Good stuff. You know, it's nice. Imagine you're the retired person. All of your stuff is like in bonds and nice, safe things that don't go as volatile like Nvidia. Yeah, they didn't really care at all about that last market drop. Looks like Vivo and Aris make some good monitor arms. Ooh, okay, I have to check those out. I ain't spending no more money for a couple months though. I've been spending money like crazy. I gotta stop. I bought this cool. It's in my garage right now. I got this Davidoff set of cigars. I think I showed them to you. Like $300, but it's like 12 cigars. So it's like I'm paying $100 a stick, almost. Really good cigars. I'm gonna have them when I go to this thing called Rose City Cigar Portland. This thing. Rose City Cigar and Soul Festival, July 10th through the 13th. I'm going to be going to this, and all my friends say I have to go to this, and I don't know anything about cigars in Portland, but I was like, hey, you know what? I don't really go on road trips too much with friends. I need to start doing it. So I was like, hey, let me do this. And this thing is pretty crazy. So they have a Welcome to Rose City Day, which is an evening of connection to discovery at historic Mississippi Avenue, dress code casual. The 1905. I don't know what the 1905 is, to be honest. Jazzy music in Portland, Oregon, right? Oh god, that's too much color for my eyes. Oh my god. But yeah, so it's kind of like a cool little jazz alley. There we go. Right, little cool place, chill out, talk to people. I think it'll be a pretty fun time, right? Now that's too much light for me. I better have it dark and cozy in there. get some pizza with whatever those things are. Is that garlic or what the heck is that? I don't know. There's cheese pizza, right? So there's stuff there. The second day, it's an all white party. I don't have clothes for an all white party, so I got to go buy some. Again, this is in July, so I got plenty of time. But again, it'll be pretty nice. It's gonna be on the water. It looks like it's a embrace the chic sophistication of the evening with an all white attire form. From relaxed vibes to sophisticated soiree, think linen suits, breezy summer dresses, and stylish jumpsuits, or elevate your look with a chic tailored ensembles of sexy evening party time. I am not buying a suit for a party. I just refuse to do so. I'll wear some nice white khakis with some nice white shoes and a nice white button-up shirt, and I'll have a white hat perhaps, and maybe like a rose or something to keep me going. Rose seems a little bit too much. Maybe just a little red flare or something. But it seemed like all the people in the photo, I mean, there's not a single bit of color outside that white, so I might just go white. That guy has a little bit of a cream hat. There you go. So yeah, a bunch of stuff going on. I'm not too familiar about all that type of stuff, so I'm going to kind of enjoy just kind of go with the flow. But yeah, so I've been spending money like in anticipation of things to happen next few months, and I even bought my tickets for Bitcoin Vegas, which would be kind of fun as well. Check out the Spring Festival in Stuttgart. Ooh, I wonder what that's about. In my town, in my country, I'm the crypto guy, just like you're the guy. You guy, not everyone is made to play in the league, but we are here. Perform well. Crypto, this is my life. Yeah, Haven. What do you call it? There's a lot of people that don't understand crypto, and that's okay. You know, people always ask me about it, and I give them my explanation. You know, Bitcoin is this. Why should you hold Bitcoin? You know, I don't really trust the dollar right now. It's been going up consistently year over year, about an average of so and so. You know, people want to do it and they don't. But I think what I've learned is most people, when it comes to some of the bigger players that I've met in downtown Seattle, have asked me about cryptocurrency and things like that when I go up to the Columbia Tower and whatnot. They typically want to know more about long-term and less about day trading and swing trading, which I think is very good. I think a lot of people are holding Bitcoin for the long term, and that kind of gets us a floor each and every cycle. Like we get higher lows every cycle. And that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. That's kind of what I see out there in the world, I would say. When I see people that want to do more day trading or swing trading, they're typically looking at more millennials and younger generations. And then on top of that, they don't even want to trade. They want me to trade on their behalf. So I can't trade on their behalf because I don't want to get in trouble with the government. But that is something I've been seeing more and more of. But yeah, it being in the crypto space, it is a nice little thing. We're kind of a little niche thing. But when you talk about how you make money from the crypto space, everybody's always like, oh my God, you're one of the few that have done it. And I'm like, well, I'm the one of the few that actually held. A little bit of a difference. Oops, sorry, knocked over my lighter. Oh, man. Let me go back over here very fast. Trading economics. We can keep this on the front page. That's fine. Any news as far as Cointelegraph? Let's see. Yeah, damn. I got to zoom in a lot for this. A local top and 88K retest. 5 things to know about Bitcoin this week. Ethereum is destroying the competition. And the 16.1 trillion TradeFi tokenization race. I don't know about that. Why do crypto bros like freedom cities? What the fuck is a freedom city? Sorry for the swearing. When Donald Trump was running for president, he pledged to build 10 new U.S. cities dubbed Freedom Cities from scratch, designed to improve the quality of life for Americans. Yeah, this isn't going to happen. This takes like 20, 30 years to freaking plan out. Let's see. I did say back in 2020, 2021, 2022 that I wouldn't be surprised if billionaires started creating their own cities from scratch to keep them clean, well managed, and everything else, right? That being said, when I said billionaires, I didn't mean Trump was going to come back to be president, stuff like that again. These are not normal. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't know. Would you guys want to move to a freedom city? I don't know. I might give it a shot, but I would probably want to rent, not own, until I was very comfortable with the spot. Let's see. If Trump fired power, what would happen to crypto? It would go down, obviously. Let's see. Gold-backed cryptocurrency spike amid global trade uncertainty. Let's see. Who are all these people? Barajaman Tumuli Rakesh Apade. I can't pronounce names, people. I can't. Marcel Pitchman, maybe. Alex O'Donnell, Turner Wright. Okay, I can see some of these names. Marie Portel. There's like people from all over the world that do articles for them. That's kind of nice. Monero likely pumped 50% due to suspected 330 million Bitcoin theft. Interesting. Bologna meme coin team sells 1.5 million tokens as price pumps 21%. See, that's why you got to be careful with these pumps, especially with Melania and Trump. Most tokens, actually, the insiders are going to be dumping on people. Just dumping. I'm too white to look good in white. I look like Steve Buscemi, the wedding singer. What do you call? I don't know much about. Like here, let me bring it up again. Again, as somebody who is black, I'm just not really culturally black as much. I have friends that are black, things like that, but I just can't comprehend some of the things, right? So, I mean, afterwards, again, there's 4 days here. Once for VIP. I did buy the VIP ticket. It was incredibly expensive. Not crazy expensive, but more expensive than you would think. But all white party looks pretty cool. The Courtyard Marriott North, Anchorway, Portland, right on the water. That'd be really cool. I like how they have the lights and stuff like that. Should be good. But yeah, all white attire. Good God. I'm not going to be dressed anywhere as nice as all these photo guys. I'm going to be up in the polo. Maybe if I can find a white blazer somewhere out there, maybe I'll show up in the blazer, but I doubt it. I'll be smoking premium sticks that none of these guys have. That's where I show off my money. You know, smoking. I'm literally gonna be smoking like a couple $150 sticks. Like that. That's what I'm gonna be smoking. A rose smoke soiree. Again, I don't have clothes this color. Maybe a white shirt with a pink. When am I ever gonna wear a pink blazer again or a rose blazer again? You know, this guy has it right here. Yeah, this guy. Something a little bit cheaper, like a pink shirt, something like that. That is me. That is me right there. Jackie's PDX. What the heck? See, I have no idea. I bought the ticket without knowing any of this stuff. Sports and social, game day special. Oh yeah, from the view right here. Oh, patio. Oh yeah, patio. Hours about us. I want to see the patio. Okay, let me just go over here. See photos. Bonner, street view, vibe, patio. Oh, I guess I can't find it here. Image. Nice little patio area. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice little patio. I'd chill out there. And then, what's the last one? Smoke and Soul Brunch VIP. For the second year, we're closing the festival weekend with a VIP exclusive event. The Smoke and Soul Brunch, hosted at Kaya PDX. The signature experience takes place in the heart of the vibrant Alberta Arts District, offering the perfect blend of upscale brunch vibes and relaxed charm. That could be interesting. Nice little alcohol. No crazy dress code. That's the way I'm looking at it. Blend style and comfort. Tailored suits, breezy dresses. Okay, I'm not wearing a suit in like freaking July. Are you kidding me? Who wants to be sweating out there in a suit? Yeah, no. Okay, that'd be interesting. But basically, my friends are going to this, so I'm going to go to this. I have friends that want me to go to one in this state, but I don't want to because I don't like some of the places they're having them. So I'm going to Portland because it's farther away, I guess. I'll just go. I just won't get any. No way I like to travel, nomad life for me. What do you call it? No, see, I do like to do a little bit of a nomad style. And hey, Crypto Ricky, happy to see you, my man. Oh wait, sorry, I missed Lisa. I'm an old lady, 2 to 5 years from retirement. Other than playing with a few smaller tokens, I buy and hold Bitcoin and Ethereum to diversify. Plus, I don't trust the U.S. dollar. Yeah, a lot of people don't trust the dollar, and I cannot blame people, including you, me, anybody else that's watching, from thinking the same exact thing, right? What's good, Michael? Did you get the new PC? I did get the new PC. I'm all back to normal here. It's all very beautiful. I'm downstairs. You can see Loki right here looking at me like, hey, he wants a treat, but I'm literally out of treats. I had to go buy some more for him. Hi. Hi. I know. Oh, you're a precious little baby. Yes, you are. You tired? He was playing around outside all day, so I've been keeping my garage door open, like the side door to get in the backyard. So he's been basically running inside and outside the house all day. Then he takes a fast little nap, and then he goes off and sprints again. He's been having a great time. But God, I can't. Looking at me with no beard feels weird. I told my stylist I'm no longer Michael, I'm Jorge today. I'm Jorge. I forgot what my dad wanted to name me before. I think he wanted to name me Victor. No, not Victor. Something Bautista. Bautista. Something Bautista. I forgot what the first name was going to be, though. Bitcoin's trying to push through a little bit of resistance right now. This could be a good little pop. What up? My grinder shares are up from $6 to $21. Oh my God, dude, that's actually a pretty nice little thing right there. And hey, every now and then I'm seeing Bitcoin trying to make a move. I'm hoping it can keep on going here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. You can see it's trying to curve a little bit. Here. I'm hoping it can just keep on going. That's the issue here. We need a little bit more follow through. You sold your Tesla in the 290s on the $300 rejection. I don't think you were the only one that, Tesla took a pretty just nasty move these last few months, and it's still been kind of difficult for it. But I think I was looking at the 1-hour chart when I decided to sell mine. Hold on. There we go. Get out of there. There you go. Yeah. Right there. Having some issues for sure. Part of me with Tesla, we talked about the buying zone down here. There was a few buying zones, I believe. Yeah. Well, you talked about this before. Part of me is gonna hold part of me decided to hold the last like 10% of my Tesla and kind of wait it out. I think there's a little bit of upside left to this. And you can see that breakout generally that happened here. The issue is we're still bearish here on the 1 hour, 2 hour bearish, 3 hour still bullish, but kind of more bearish mixed if you tell me, right? 4 hours still bullish, 12 hours still bullish, daily still bullish, right? I think we can kind of sneak up and maybe get a little bit more, just a little bit more here. The weekly chart's still bearish here, but I don't think it'll come for a few weeks. I'm hoping we can kind of have a nice little push, maybe back up to like 320, 330. But I think it's going to get slammed back down quite a bit, which should open up an opportunity for puts right there. I don't see Tesla really having much good news, to be honest, unless they have... They're going to have news on the autonomous vehicles front. And if you guys saw today, the Chinese just had a Chinese auto show. Go over here to images. 2025. YouTube. Maybe this. This could be interesting. This is Motor Trend. Like, China just seems so far ahead of us in cars and a lot of stuff right now. Maybe they didn't spend as much on a war or something. Tour the mind-blowing, ultra-futuristic cars of the Shanghai Auto Show. A lot of these are going to be concept cars, which means they aren't really being built. They're just kind of a concept of which they will build something out of the future. So just understand that, okay? I don't know what it is about these types of seat that try to hug you, but that's something right there. They're taking that flap door open model, which seems kind of cool. Those wheels remind me of Tesla wheels as also. Electric car right there. Nice little, it's a nice little car. That's basically it. I like to see the inside of the cars. This is a Jetour 6900 G900. Denza was founded in 2010 by BYD to be the automaker's luxury EV division. Denza Z. Let's see. I can't have it listen to sound. Maybe we can. I'm just trying to see inside the car. Oh yeah, yeah. I can hang with that. I mean, they're showing a bunch of technology and stuff like that. I just really want to see the inside of the car. Literally just a different color. Some of these cars are just out of this world. I love them, the way they look. America needs to up its game. Ooh, look at this one right here, too. Oh, see all 103 photos. There we go. Oh, it's going to be slow about it, though. I don't know how I feel about the slowness of this all. I think it depends on the earnings for the other Mag 7 this week. I think they should be okay. I feel like they'll be okay with it 102 being good, which will kind of boost everything overall. I don't think it'll really kick off until next week or the week afterwards, right? Okay, we're to where we were. There we were. Yeah, they just have a little bit of a sleek design. I don't know if I agree with the color scheme of this one, but I think it's interesting. All right. Yeah. Busy expo there. Everybody wanted to see those cars. Oh, is that their version of a Bronco? Kind of reminds me of a Bronco, doesn't it? I'm trying to see if they can show the back. That's a mini Bronco. That feels like a mini Bronco. The way these cars, that is interesting. Whoa. How do you guys feel about that one? That could be interesting. I don't know. That model. Wait, look at this model. I zoomed so far and are you kidding me? I zoomed so far and I went to a different photo. Okay. I don't understand how this website works, but I know I probably did messed up something here. One of the models had like the squarest face I've ever seen. It's crazy how like beauty transfers from each country, like country to country, right? Oh yeah, I mean there's some good stuff going on right there. Bitcoin got rejected. That sucks. You're a truck guy? Yeah, I'm curious about how those trucks are going to look over here. I I kind of want a longer truck if I'm going to get a truck at all, right? But I'd still at least take it on a test drive and check it out, especially if you can get like the prices to be pretty nice, you know. Like let's see. Tech Radar has the most exciting vehicles. I want to see if they have prices. MG Cyber X. Okay. The 2-seat all electrical Cybster, it has to have more. I see 4 seats there, right? Maybe they have a 2-seat version. Nissan Frontier Pro Fev. Mercedes-Benz Vision V. Ooh, that's interesting. Mazda EZ60. Lexus ES 3050E and 300H horsepower. Damn. I mean, this is definitely a spot where there's a lot of competition. Everybody's trying to get the edge. Whatever happened to Jaguar? They got burnt through the coals with their last marketing thing. Let's see. I don't see any of the marketing they used to have. They might have backed out of it. Convertible. What if I go to the main site? There's a little bit of that color coming back. Okay. Is that all they have for cars? That is. If I was going to get a Jaguar, I guess it would just be the F-Type. Yeah. The sedan looks pretty nice, though. Just, if I'm going to get a sedan, I'm going to get a cheap sedan. Like I have now. I have a very cheap sedan. It's wonderful. Yeah, totally different commercial concept now than there was before. I can't believe they backed off. They were pretty darn confident in that other one, you know. Let's see. That's exterior. Interior, there we go. That. They still got that funky atmosphere in there. There we go. I don't actually like the interior of this car at all. I'm not used to how this car would operate. Yeah, I'm not actually a fan of the interior. I'm surprised. Usually Jaguar interiors I'm okay with. That one's not as good as I thought it would be. Well, Bitcoin's breaking down, which means it's going to be heading down a little bit longer. Heard today Mazda was going bankrupt and closing down Furley. Oh, really? Mazda? South Tacoma Mazda. South Tacoma Mazda. Let's see. Nothing about it going bankrupt online so far, but it says Mazda slashes thousands off price of its large SUV 2025 Mazda CX-90 drops below 70,000 without shedding features as a price cut alternative to the BMW's X5 or a luxurious rival to the Toyota Kluger or Kia Sorento. What is a Toyota Kluger? Oh, interesting. I hate that. I hate that type of car. I hate cars that look like that. I can't stand them. Reminds me of like a Pontiac. Those little Pontiacs with the weird curves they had back in the day. Yeah. I think if I get a new car, I'm going to get myself one of these. Ford Edge. It's a little bit higher. Apparently they have like, they're really good as far as like, how often they break down and stuff. And the Ford I have now is an SEL, but now they have these like titanium models, which seem pretty crazy. So maybe I'll kind of pump up for that. But I might lease the car. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that one. But it seems like it could be pretty interesting. Maybe it's rumor still. Hey, heck, what do you call it? I wouldn't be surprised how some of these car companies, they're just not transitioning into EV appropriately. But it helps if you have access to the Chinese market, which a lot of our car manufacturers do not, right? I mean, honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen a majority of American car manufacturers come together and be like, "Hey, everybody, things aren't things aren't really going as well as we want them to be. Why don't we have a massive merger of sorts?" And then all of us are under one large conglomerate or something. Now, there might be a few that might be able to hold off, like Tesla and maybe Ford and stuff like that, maybe even GM. But a lot of the small ones, like, like that, they have, what's that manufacturer? I forget what it is. Stellantis. They have a few brands underneath them. I think there'll be more of those to kind of protect everybody because, my God, like the rest of the world is evolving fast and we need to really catch up. And the only thing we can do is stop the Asian cars from coming into our market. But of course, like that only goes so far when we can see all the cheap shit that's coming out of China. You're like, oh my God, that car is only $20,000. Oh my God, why can't we get that here? Oh wait, we have expensive labor. Well, let's let capitalism do its freaking job and let's get those cars over here, and let's get some cheaper things. Like, this may seem very callous. I don't necessarily care what happens to Ford, what happens to GM and all these corporations. I care about what happens to the workers, right? So I would hope that if a Chinese manufacturer made cars over here in America or something like that, they would hire those American workers and things like that. I don't really care what happens to the corporations as much as I just wish that the people could find good jobs afterwards, because once those cars get over here, I'm not going to buy a Ford. I'm going to buy a nice little car from China, I'm going to get it with an extended warranty and everything. Toyota would just buy Mazda. Oh, yeah, that's a good point right there as well, Haven. Just don't buy an older Ford Edge, the water pump in the back, and if your water pump goes out, it can ruin your motor. No. This would be like a 2022, 2023 Ford Edge. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get a new one. But my friend just said look at the motor in it, and sometimes the motors... make sure it has a good motor in it, I guess, basically what he said. Mazda, there we go. But yeah, I can see some good things here. But okay, buddy, I'm gonna call it a night right now. I'll be back on tomorrow with a little bit more of a streamline type of thing. I was just trying to get back up and running with you guys so I could stream a little bit more. The way I'm planning, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna stream around 4 o'clock. I'll be streaming from maybe 4 to 5, 4 to 6 o'clock. Like today, we went from 5 to 6:30. That's an hour and a half. Tonight I'm going to plug in this controller into my PC, and I'm going to practice playing Cyberpunk with it so I kind of know the controls. And then what I'm going to do is maybe if we stream from 4 to 5, maybe around 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, maybe around 8 o'clock, I'll put up a stream called Cyberpunk, Crypto, and Politics, or Cyberpunk, Politics, and Crypto. I don't know which one sounds better, to be honest. And we'll basically just be playing Cyberpunk, a new game, chilling out, talking about everything else, and you guys can see how good or bad I am at Cyberpunk. And since I haven't played in like over a few months, I'm probably not too good. But it'll be fun nonetheless. We'll play more games as need be. I'm going to try to play the games where I can use a controller, though, because I don't like playing with a mouse and keyboard and stuff like that. So give me some time to get everything in order. Tomorrow, you guys should see 2 long-form videos, 3 short-form video content out, 1 stream, and then, well, like I say, 2 streams because one's going to be gaming stream. And we'll see how that goes along. So thanks so much for watching. I'll try to keep you guys updated about what I see with Bitcoin and stuff like that. But if you guys want my technical analysis updates, from now on, it's only going to be here or in the Telegram group. I haven't posted the Telegram group for a while, but I'm going to be doing it now. It'll basically be an AI script that I have it like type out, and I basically have it like I type out a paragraph, it makes the paragraph sound polished. You guys will get the polished version because sometimes I do not type very coherently. So you guys get all of that stuff. So see you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks Villa at Haven, Larry. Who else was watching? Crypto Ricky. Where is she? Lisa, there we go. Happy to see all of you guys here, Haram. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, but get ready for this week. I'm gonna try to really start blowing some content out there. You guys don't have to watch everything. There's the stuff you're interested in, but I'd appreciate if you guys do like some of the content. You guys give it a like and a thumbs up and